3 has arrived, and the beautiful Dragon Maid sleeve winner from yesterday will be down below. And you're like, well, Robbie, can we get some better pricing? I got you, Duelist. For today, we're going to have $50 in Troll and Toad credit for you guys. So all you gotta do for this video is do the same thing you've been doing. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys get it in. It's so easy peasy. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you guys don't miss out, alright? We still got a good 9 days left of this, so remember, every other day we'll be doing these segments so that you guys don't miss out on, well, the coolest 12 days of deck profiles in July ever. First cup coming soon? Probably. Alright guys, let's dig on into today's Speedroid deck profile, shall we? Today's special breakdown video is going to be for Crystal Wing, aka Speedroid Turbo. So this whole deck focuses on producing high-level synchro boss monsters to put the opponent in a pinch, actually. And this deck has been a fan favorite for quite a while. So one of the ace monsters in your strategy is actually going to be Crystal Wing Dragon. And the cool thing about this is it's a once per turn monster negate that is going to have massively impressive stats, and you're going to look to punish the opponent through this. And you're like, well, okay, so our objective is to make synchros. How are we going to do that? So one of the things we're going to do, we actually have a link monster called High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. So during your main phase, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, normal summon a win monster, and then you can special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for synchro monsters. So this actually grants you an additional summon ability. And then you can banish one win synchro monster from your extra deck, reveal 2 Speedroid monsters with different names from your deck whose total level equal the level of the synchro monster. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to add your hand, and then send the other card to the graveyard. So for a commitment of 2 win monsters, you'll be able to produce and put this monster on the field. And you're like, well, wait a minute. So what do our monsters do? So you guys remember the most iconic of pieces for this deck. Yes, this is Terratop. So I really wish this card could move to a larger number, but unfortunately it can't. The fact that it's a free special summon monster that adds another special summon extender, aka Takamtum Borg here, onto the field is absolutely crazy. Now, I'm not going to go too in-depth with the other monsters right now because most of them are just extender abilities and things. But one of the cool things that we have coming out here in the future that's going to make this deck profile awesome and we're talking about is Speedroid Roulette. So this is a quick play spell card. Let you discard a card to roll a 6-sided dice, and then you can special summon up to 2 Speedroid monsters from your hand and or deck whose total level equal the result of that crucial dice roll, but negate their effects. If you did not special summon, you lose life points equal to the roll times 500. Luckily for you, Duelist, there's a good combination of monsters all across the board that you'll be able to access depending on the dice roll for this card. So you should be able to fully resolve this and get some sort of good result. And the other beautiful card that we have for this deck now is called Speedroid Scratch. So you send a Speedroid card from your hand to the graveyard to add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. And only activate 1 Speedroid Scratch per turn. You have so many ways to be able to tutor, get your graveyard loaded up, and get access to the entire toolbox of your deck through the 5 search cards, and you'll be able to set up and build combo appropriately based on all of the tools that this deck actually has set up for you. And that's kind of what makes Speedroid one of those scarier decks at the end of the day, just because of the pure access toolbox that you guys have. Now we're going to pass it on over for the deck profile here, shall we? Alright, so our list here. So this was built by Akano, if I didn't already say that. This is something that we've been messing around with on the side here. There's so many actual dedicated Speedroid players out amongst the community that it's actually really cool that this deck has such a cool fan base. Now remember, there's a bunch of other support this deck has that you can really mess around with. Like, it's got a level 3 synchro that can add the specific Speedroid spells, but we're not actually playing that for this build. So We are playing triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Now, we are playing one Despot 001. The reason for this is we are actually going to play the Auroradon combo down here, which will generate tokens that we will be able to climb up and access other synchro ladders for this deck, which is pretty important. We also have triple copies of Lightning, the Dragon Ruler of Drafts. This is also a discard, alright, for any of your wind monsters. And you get access to putting Tempest onto the field here, which also can act as another extender for this deck as well. We also have Colt Wing here, which special summons more tokens. All that synchro fodder, alright? Now we have triple copies of Cartobo here. So, control wind monster, special summons card from your hand. That's why I said, like, all of this is just going to be extenders. And then you can't activate wind monster effect for the rest of the turn. Alright, you can banish this card 1 Speedroid from your graveyard. All wind monsters you currently control gain a hindered attack. This is just an additional push for OTK, but it's our extender. Speedroid Den Daiko Duke. Banish this card from your graveyard, special summon a Speedroid Tuner from your hand or graveyard. More extending power. Look at that. You see how easy this is? 1 double yo-yo. On normal summon, target a level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in your graveyard, special summon it, so another extender. Triple copies of the Marble Machines. Once per turn, when your defense position monster is targeted for an attack, and change it to attack position. We don't really care too much about that. On normal summon, you can activate this effect. Add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. You cannot special summon monsters except for wind monsters. So, hey, look at that. More extending capabilities. I really wasn't lying to you when I said everything is pretty much just gas to the floor for this deck. We have the one Speedroid dice. Cool thing on this is normal or special summon you can target a Speedroid you control and get a dice, roll it, and you'll be able to modify the level of a card. We also have the Rubber Band playing here. If a monster is special summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You cannot special summon monsters for rest turn except for wind monsters. Alright, if this card is normal special summon, you target one face of monster on field, loses 600 attack. Another special summon extender. Alright. We have triple copies of Talk 'em to board. Control wind monsters, special summon this from your hand. Okay. And you can special summon for the rest turn except for wind monsters. You can also attribute or special summon a Speedroid Tuner from your deck. Alright, so you can lone fire into any other tuner that you need. This is pretty good, right? Alright, we also have one Terratop, one Tri-Eyed dice, with one Tempest. Spells here, we have one Called by the Grave, one Emergency Telly, triple copies of Forbidden Droplets. You are going to need ways to play around your opponent's board. You could replace this with Dark Roll no more. 100% optional to you. We have one Monster Reborn. We have triple copies of Speed Recovery. Target a Speedroid monster in your graveyard. Special summon it during your main phase. Except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. Master card from graveyard. Target a Speedroid in your graveyard. Add it back to the hand. So this actually grants you a extender onto the field and the ability to set up for the future turns here. Then we have two Roulette and triple copies of Scratch. Action deck here we have Auroradon for that token generation. Two Rubber Bands, Hulk, and Apollosa. We have Stardust Charge Warrior. We have the one Kite Drake here. So, if this card is synchro summon, you can activate one of these effects. Destroy all other cards on the field. Negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent controls. If this card in your possession is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. That's a 3K, level 8, that has a board wipe effect. Pretty good. We have one Kendama, one copy of the Hagoida, one Chambara, two Crystal Wing, one Clear Wing Synchro, one Gotta Go Fast Dragon, and one Borreload Savage. Side deck here, we have triple Droll and Lockbird, two Godarla, triple copies of Nibiru, two copies of Cosmic Cyclone, one Arby's Feather Duster, triple copies of Gravity Collapse, and we have one Red Reboot here, wrapping up this chunk of deck profiles for you guys. And as I said, these are always very awesome. If you guys have anything you want to, share for the 12 days of deck profiles, please feel free to send them on over. I always love taking a look at these. Make sure you guys get it in so you guys can win that Troll and Toad credit today. Alright, like I said, just leave a comment down below. It's as easy as that. Alright, I will see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day with some more cool and interesting content. You guys have a good rest of your day. Alright, peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcoolgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.